Alright, so right after I made my last video, I was scrolling on Tumblr, and I had some really good ideas. A lot of posts came up, and they all kind of related to each other, and kind of what we were talking about in Frome, so I thought I'd share those really quickly. I think they could be really beneficial if you take the time and apply this to your life. So first of all, something came up, and it was a quote, and it said, "Nobody really listens, they just wait for their turn to talk." And I was thinking about that and thinking about my life and how, if I'm talking to someone, or you just kind of like wait for them to be done so you can give your opinion, say what you want to say, tell your own story, whatever it may be. You wait for your turn to talk. And regardless of what the person said, after a while you kind of forget it and you're kind of focusing on yourself. That's for most people. There are people who genuinely listen, but just the majority of people just wait for their turn to talk. And I was thinking a lot about that, and I definitely do that. And then I started to feel almost guilty, wow, how much more could I have learned from the people I've had conversations with if I simply listened a little more instead of just waiting for my turn to say what I wanted to say. So right after that post that I saw, I scrolled a little more, and there was another post it was a story of this guy who was really lonely, and he just really wanted to find some good friends, and he was having a lot of trouble. He said he'd been searching to find friends for 3 years, and never really made any great relationships, and he was just upset about that. So then we may have talked about this story in class, I don't really remember, but if we did, I'm just elaborating on it. So this guy's he reads this, kind of what I just said before, is that nobody really listens, they just wait for their turn to talk, and he read something similar to that, so he decided that he was just going to really try to listen to people and see if that changed anything about his ways to find friends or anything. So what he did, he went back out to the same kind of social events, parties, what have you. And then instead of talking about himself and putting his input into what people said and giving his opinion and everything, he just straight up listened to these people and their conversations. And he said that just by doing that, he made way more friends than he could have ever imagined. And in the 3 months that he had practiced that, he made more friends than in the 3 years before, when he would try to talk about himself and everything like that. So basically, what I took away from this, and what you guys can probably take away from this, is that if you take the time, if you catch yourself in a conversation, you should take the time to genuinely listen and not just try to put your input in as soon as you can, because a lot of people just really want someone to listen and to vent to without any judgment, or when input, people don't want to hear that, and a lot of times they'll kind of get frustrated and annoyed with it if all they're trying to do is get someone to listen to them. So hopefully you can take away something from this and just kind of slow down and listen, and just really get to know someone through that. And by doing that, they'll probably appreciate you more, and if it works out like it worked out for this guy, you'll have more friends, and everything will really seem a lot different for you, and everyone will want to probably talk to you. So that's cool. So hopefully you can take away from this as much as I did. Thank you.